By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are Marshmallows.
We are Tridents.
Are you ready?
For episode 25 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719. Yo, where the captions at? Yo, where are those captions at? I said, yo, or should I say, yo, ho, ho, yo. Where them captions at, baby, where they at? Where them captions at, baby, where they at? Ha ha! Yes, guys. You already know what it is, guys. I'm yours truly, Kels for Show, a.k.a. Neptune's coolest case, a.k.a. the coldest caper, a.k.a. the chilliest crime. And joining me today, always, is my bro host.
The one and only Roscoe Tenkoya.
Yes, sir. And always here with us is our editor, the boy that makes sure this shit come out weekly and on time, the boy Daniel with a D, Rojas.
They roll the tongues because I do the same.
Yes, y'all. And this might be our first actual video recorded podcast. So if this does make the light of day, we want to give a special shout out to the boy D-Tron for doing all that for us.
Thank you, my brother.
And definitely, and if this is the first time, it's definitely going to be the first of many to come.
Heck yeah.
Yes. So, like, how's everybody doing? How you guys feeling right now?
Well, I mean, you was gone for the weekend, so it was hard.
Yes, I was gone in Minnesota visiting family because it's my birthday, or was by the time you're hearing it. You know, another year on this earth. Grateful for everything and everybody in it, especially you haters out there, the people that can't wait to watch a bird fall from the sky so you can kick it while it's ground. But guess what? We here, baby. We here.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but they out there. Have you not heard niggas talk shit about us? About me? You just had a nigga talk all shit about you at the bar. So don't act like you don't know that.
Come on, son.
Damn,
you watched OTH. You seen what they did to that bird.
They don't see a penguin fly, but you do that shit on this water. But then you got ostriches can't even do that. So you get hate from your own people, baby.
Now I understand it was a metaphor.
Yes.
Okay.
You see what them sea turtles
a
do
meta
to baby turtles?
For what's going on right now.
But on a random note, nigga, really, all those AKAs, them, let me guess, them were your AIM usernames when you was in Neptune High, huh?
No. My AIM username was K to MC, but no, I couldn't pick one. So sometimes you can have your cake and eat it too with ice cream on top with a milkshake on the side, baby.
What kind of cake and what kind of ice cream?
It's an ice cream cake.
No, it's not. I
With ice
fucking
cream on the
despise
side.
ice cream cake. Actually, I don't even like cake that much, but it'd be like a big ass cupcake. Like vanilla with like a strawberry frosting on top. But it'd be like the birthday cake with the sprinkles that baked inside of that hole. And then with some like, what's that shit? Like that Nerves ice cream that they used to make back in the day.
Yeah.
So like straight all diabetes. Then
Nigga,
like a thick ass strawberry shake too.
Nigga, that's 3 teeth being hurt.
Nigga.
Each bite, but it's too good.
That's 2 ankles being removed.
Yo,
Man.
less
Sometimes
teeth,
You gotta do it.
more beef.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? You pay for fake teeth? Who
Them
cares?
dentures, hell yeah, trying to come up in the game. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, I spent time with family in Minnesota, celebrated her birthday, ate a lot of food, binged this whole series called Trinkets on motherfucking Netflix. So there'll probably be a podcast about that coming real soon. Also watched this movie on Hulu called Fast Colors about three generations of black women that have supernatural abilities. It's a very indie movie and I liked it. And yeah. Now I'm here. What about y'all two?
Well, since you was gone, we spent our time together without you, sir. D&D got canceled, so the season finale is postponed another week.
We did have a fun time at a fire pit that got a little out of hand.
Man, fuck you. Literally.
Are you talking? Was that the night? The
night you were gone?
When I left early to catch my flight?
I didn't get home till 5:30 that night.
Nigga, like I said, like you would just walk there, the door was still open.
Oh yeah, the door was already open. When the time I got there and I looked, I was like, oh, this nigga already done left.
No, I'm saying it was open still. If you would have came after I woke up and seen you text me, if you would have came, the door was still open.
Yeah, by the time I knew you was either asleep or gone, I had got to the door and the door was still unlocked. So that
word.
was straight.
Oh, so you did come, then you just left in the morning because you wasn't there when I left.
Yeah, I had to go back to I had went to my mom's and
Word, because yeah, that shit was hilarious because I was like, yo, I'm getting back, watch them, drink this shit, be up. Nigga, I went in my room, sleep, wake up, like, ooh, shit, it's 4:22. I need to kind of get my ass up and dip.
No, I wasn't back yet. You was already gone, but I was still with them niggas.
That's why I was saying, like, if you would have came when you text me, the door was still open.
Yeah, the plan was to come at that time, but conversations kept getting longer and longer.
Y'all don't know how to just be like, all right, I'm out. You need a black Irish exit in that hole.
This was a hard thing to do.
You know what that is? Yo, niggas, I'm out.
I did that. I did that the day after.
I tried to do it and I lived there. I was like, y'all have fun.
No,
You don't have to do that if you live there. Like,
I kept turning
just
around.
bamf your
and
ass out, leave that sofa smell
I'm
around.
looking at him like, I know you're ready to leave. Why ain't you leaving? And then you just keep on talking. I'm like, I guess we ain't leaving then.
I did resist the urge that I always have when I have a fire pit, and I know it's not good, but to pee to put the fire out, the embers, because then it's just gonna smell like burnt piss.
Nigga, then that shit's gonna go up your urethra when the flame hits. Motherfucker, you don't piss on an electric fence.
But yeah,
you don't remember that
past
from Ren and Stimpy?
But yeah, past that, played Marvel's Avengers. Tried to hang out with Ashlyn.
Shout out to Alpha.
Shout out to Alpha. Hung out with Amber and Ariana. Ayana.
Oh, you mean Areolas?
No.
Oh,
Ayana,
word.
Her niece.
Arugula.
And watched Aladdin for the first time.
Oh, that's when you watched Aladdin for the first time?
That's when I watched
that
Aladdin
makes
for
more
the
sense
first
now.
time.
Word. What about you, Daniel? Well, then again, I guess all this kind of rolls into the same thing.
We hung out Thursday. Friday was good. Saturday was good. Sunday was good.
So basically, low-key, you're telling me I should leave so we have less things, so we have more things to talk about since we spend way too much time
yes,
together
we spend way too
general.
I realized, I was like, I literally in my head was like, I'm going to just be in the house all this weekend. The other day, what you doing then tonight? We going to Nova tonight? And I'm just like, yeah, I guess we is.
I guess
what time
we are.
Bro, now I just realized that we probably shouldn't sit here and talk about what we did this weekend because we literally know what we did this weekend because we are a part of what we did this weekend.
The greatest.
No swingers. No swingers. No swingers.
That was
by the way.
good.
There's going to be one weekend. There's going to...
Wait, no, motherfucker, did you just hear what I just said?
I know. But there's going to be one.
Be one what? When y'all swing, y'all two swinging?
I mean, I ain't swinging with.
I ain't swinging with y'all niggas
I ain't
either.
swinging with y'all. I'm
I ain't
talking about...
16 no more. Shit.
I'm talking about...
One dick, one coochie. That's how I roll. I ain't sharing shit. I ain't sharing shit.
They good things to watch on porn, but they ain't anything to do in real life.
Nah, that shit, especially if you don't know, they probably be all smelly and sweaty and
Yeah.
Like, don't touch me, bro. Like, leave me alone. I didn't even sign up for this. You know, I came to see her, but then you here, and then she here. So I thought, like, all right, there's multiple rooms, but this house is gonna happen. Like,
Y'all just need to be a little bit more open with your sexuality.
no, I do not.
It's weird. I don't...
My door doesn't even open, nigga. You gotta teleport in, yo.
I follow the golden rule in life that they gave us in
Do others the
Ghostbusters.
same way you would be
No.
No, let him. I want to hear this golden rule.
Don't cross the streams. And I'm not touching proton cannons neither. So,
All
no.
right, I'm not mad at that. No ectoplasm flying your way.
No.
Word. Shit. Yo, we definitely gonna have to get the more raunchy podcast spinoff popping too. I don't know what I want to call it, but I think somewhere along the line.
Yo, where the
like,
condoms at?
No.
I always they like two in my bag. I always have condoms on me. I don't have that much sense, but Batman always taught me to be prepared.
Yo,
So you
where
never
the
know.
contraception's at?
No, you can't get her pregnant if you turn her belly button into a swimming pool, a kiddie pool, baby. They, you know,
Unconsent podcast because it's going to be raunchy.
No, I
but
got
back
it.
to the manuscript.
we can't get to the manuscript. Do you mean her script?
And she hover we trust.
Yo, doing these praises to her, you know. I couldn't speak about what you didn't give me to speak about, Lord. Like, I respect you in all facets and capabilities. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to love women in the way they should be loved. And one day, I can't wait to find that one I could live with for the rest of my life. And hopefully, I have the chance to meet her in about 2 more lives, because I got about 6 left on my cat card. Because I'm a cool cat, baby. So cool. But now, let's get into Yo, What's Poppin'?
Well, be poppin'.
In the world of pop culture, and I'm gonna start this off with yo shit, Ross, because I didn't get a chance to watch it this weekend. So what's going on in them wrestling rings?
So, AEW had All Out over the weekend where some good matches happened, like the new inventive match, the Mimosa Mayhem, between one Chris
Tasty.
Jericho and one Orange Cassidy. And
Get a mouthful.
Orange Cassidy hit hit the Superman punch to send Chris Jericho into the.
Oh, that's his finisher?
Yeah, he drops down his it's his finisher. It's a Superman punch, but the thing is, it's really wound up when he drops his takes off the elbow pad.
Oh, like when Piccolo take off the fucking cape and shit, his power go up and got another like 3-4 levels.
Yeah,
Word.
so that happened, as well as FTR beat Adam Page and Kenny Omega with neither of them turning on each other, which they thought would happen. Had a good match. Just two great single wrestlers can't beat a great tag team. Alongside with them losing the belts, the faction, the Elite, has now actually all together has broken up and going their separate paths. With majority, technically, 4 out of 5 members all being heels, currently going to become heels. Also, AEW had their first cinematic wrestling match, as well as it being a women's cinematic wrestling match, where Big Swole got to come up on Dr. Britt Baker, which was a given, as well as the Dark Order lost to the Nightmare family, which is Dustin and QT Marshall, part of the Nightmare family, alongside with Matt Cardona and Scorpio Sky. They got the W over Brody Lee, Cole Cabana, and Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Also, Matt Sydal, a.k.a. Evan Bourne, made his AEW debut and botched his 540 Frog Splash in the Battle Royale. Jon Moxley still your AEW champion, being MJF, and that sets up for his next contender, who happens to be the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer, who won the Battle Royale. And I can tell you, if they do what they did in New Japan over the United States belt, they about to go ham, because these two niggas are like, they're basically gonna fight a hardcore match in a regular standard match setup.
Now I wonder if the Murder Hawk could get sued by Murder Falcon's creators, because that's a whole thing too in comic books. Long story short, Murder Falcon is a dude that plays the guitar who has a head of a falcon. It's over the top and on some Adult Swim shit.
Headband.
Well,
Of course, you can't be you can't play the guitar if you have bird without a bandana.
The difference between Murder Falcon and Murder Hawk is Murder Hawk, everybody dies, and he's right.
Everybody dies in Murder Falcon too, because he's shredding that shit to death.
Oh,
but,
no.
But going on from that, what'll happen in WWE?
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. Good old Roman Reigns confirmed that he's heel, and not only is it like what everybody thought Paul E. Heyman went to Roman. No, Roman went to Paul Lee and said, "Hey, I know how these people treating you, because they treated me like this." Paul Lee was like, "No, y'all thought I manipulated him? No, he manipulated me, and you don't want him to see it." And guess what, Kelsey? This ain't his yard no more. This is his island, because he's Master Chief Roman. And in the word,
he got a full Samoan upgrade in title.
Heel for him, baby.
So he's not the big dog no more. He's the big, I don't want to offend anybody, but big chief.
He the big chief, baby.
So he Moana now, after she brought back the heart of Tafiti.
No,
Cause she
SmackDown,
but
also
respect
too,
the Moana name. She's big chief.
She is big
All
chief.
right, that's all I want
and
you to
also,
do.
it's no longer the SmackDown is no longer a yard. It's an island now,
And they all living on it.
and they all
got answer to him.
And no, Paul Lee did the greatest thing.
Wait. Are you calling him Paulie because that's his new moniker?
No, I just like calling him Paul Lee
Okay.
Heyman instead of just Paul
Word.
Heyman.
So was him getting fired? Was that story, or did he really leave the company?
Him getting fired from being a writer was true.
Okay.
But he was never fired as on talent.
Okay, so he still was there. He never.
Yeah,
left.
he was just fired from one. He just got demoted, technically. He just
Word.
lost one of his jobs.
Word.
But with them being a group, he has now guaranteed himself basically the goodest heel role and heel position, as well as we came to find out Roman went to WWE and said, "I'm coming back as a heel." So this was his decision to pull the trigger and make him a heel. Thank you, Roman. We've been wanting this for a minute. As well as Bayley has turned on Sasha Banks to set up the Bayley-Sasha Banks feud, as well as instead of it being the original takeover version where it was Sasha being the heel and Bailey being the face, roles are flipped. Nice twist. Nia Jax got to do her first match on both Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler had their first SmackDown match on and having a good time, as well as Jey Uso for the first time ever won a singles match and has his first ever singles championship match against the chief of the island,
His cousin.
Roman Reigns,
His Oos.
at Night of Champions, which is gonna be good.
It's Ohana.
And low key, people think that he's starting a Samoan Shield with his brothers, with his cousins,
That's
because
racist.
it is. But yeah, also we kind of been wanting this too.
All shields matter.
But yeah, it seems like they're actually gonna pull the trigger on the Usos Roman Reigns faction.
Only way I would respect that more is what you call it, SmackDown too? Oh no, it's just Raw. It's SmackDown, right?
What? Who?
No, what show is Roman on?
SmackDown.
No, it's Nia Jax on SmackDown.
SmackDown. She's technically now could be on SmackDown because she's tag team champion. She just wrestled her first SmackDown match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could get all the Samoans
And
under one umbrella.
And what's funny
That'd be
is
dope.
in her backstage exclusive interview, she literally talked about like SmackDown. Her family wrestled. Basically, her family's always wrestled on SmackDown, so it was an honor for her to have her first match on SmackDown. Y'all don't know. All the Samoans are related to The Rocks, and as y'all know, the SmackDown was created by The Rock.
So, question for you, Ross, with wrestling and everything, and the fact that it's family, and doing this. Did you ever see the movie Fighting with My Family?
Yes, and it's boring and low key just also caricature of her life.
Okay, cool.
Word.
That's what I want. That's what I want to find
that's
out.
a nice segue.
It's-
Because going from one movie to some of the most anticipated movies of the year, Mulan and Tenet both are out in selective theaters. Did anyone you guys watch those?
No, but
No
I
one,
heard
I'm
Tenet
not-
slaps hard.
No, we planned because I was planned on seeing New Mutants this weekend and Tenet. Didn't happen. Not worried about it because I'm gonna see it sometime
You guys
this
want to
week.
go together?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up afterwards when we don't a time schedule and shit. Yes, but no, like that's the thing too. Both came out and like people know Mulan is on Disney Plus, like we talked about prior, for $30. Then I kind of had to explain to my fan why it was so much because it's a family movie and most times if you have a family, it's you, your wife, or somebody else, and multiple kids. So you break
My
down
wife?
and kids. So that so you have to break it down multiple ways. So that's like $5 say that's about $30. So it's more for the family dynamic, not the single person at home with their dog. Of course you want to spend $30 unless you really, really want to.
Unless you really want 3 months early access.
And I think you get like a few multiple views.
No, it's early access. You get unlimited
own it.
views.
Yeah, you own it.
Okay. You technically all you're doing is unlocking the ability to watch it and stream it before it goes free to everybody.
Exactly. And the thing too, like if you're essential and you like most Americans, you really don't give a fuck about COVID. You're gonna go to a theater and see it. I plan on seeing. Well, not Mulan. I'm gonna wait for Mulan.
Fuck
But
Mulan.
Tenet, I'm definitely seeing in theaters.
I was
I
told
have to
that
see that shit in
Tenet
theaters.
was cool, but it's one of those movies you gotta go see twice to concept the full movie.
That just means you might not understand what you're watching.
Because
But some people's like that.
I
though.
saw one review where this dude said like the way their theater was set up. By the time he got his tickets, but literally the theater only had 10 people in it.
Some people that I know went to go watch a movie and they went to go watch The Goonies that was re-released and it was only the 3 of them in the whole theater.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing that, going and watch the older movies that are out theaters. But yeah, certain movies are going to be tailor-made specifically for the movie screens. And Tenet, I know, is definitely one of those. I could wait to watch Mulan at the crib when it comes available on Disney Plus with everything else on December 3rd. But like I said, like the COVID thing is keeping people away. But also the COVID, once again, has affected another movie, and that's The Batman. After restarting for like 2 weeks, it got shut down again due to a COVID outbreak on set. So now they're talking about after, everybody checks out fine, are free of COVID, that they're going to go into an isolated sound stage area and just do it very bubble-like with the NBA and just do a lot
like
of green
Tyler
screen.
Perry and Disney's?
Yeah, what they trying to do, yeah. But thing with that, it's hard to shoot Gotham without a city.
City,
So,
yeah.
and it also makes me think about how much of the movie did they already have done since we got a full trailer.
They only had 25%.
See? So, like, damn, that's only 25%. And, how you shoot movies if you don't. Like, they shoot it out of order. which is always fascinating.
Except
how
for
they do
one
that.
movie. There was one movie that they shot completely in order
Birdman.
from beginning to end. That didn't make it two because I forgot
Yeah,
what
and that's
it was.
literally
It was
a
another
movie
one,
drop
too.
in a vast cinema sea of
What's
water.
the other one you're thinking of?
I forgot. I gotta recheck. It was a horror movie. I know it that much.
Word. And speaking of horror,
Oh, Safe House.
Oh,
Safe House was
okay,
shot from
okay,
beginning to
yeah.
end.
Interesting.
Denzel Washington, Ryan Reynolds, classic.
No, the one with the old chick that has her when her and her daughter have to go into her safe room and
That's
because the
Panic
thing-
Room, or is it Safe Room?
Safe room.
Safe Room. Safe House is with
Room.
Ryan
I sure
Reynolds
did
and
say Safe
Denzel.
House. My
Yeah.
fault. I meant Safe Room was recorded from beginning to end.
And guess what, guys? No room's safe when the boys are there, right? Am I right? Because The Boys season 2 has dropped this weekend too, or prior to you're listening to this. I haven't watched any episode yet. I'm
neither.
waiting for it all to get out. Then I'm gonna just binge the fuck and get a whole mouthful of that warm, delicious milk.
Yes, just to inform y'all, it's only the first 3 episodes, not the full season like they did season 1.
But they are going weekly, right?
But they're doing it weekly every Friday. I want to say 3 episodes, maybe just 1. Not sure. But from what I've heard, I'm told I need to, but I've told people I could wait. I'll binge it.
Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what it's all about. Especially with a series like The Boys, you want
It's
to
no
get
Lovecraft.
all that shit. Even Lovecraft, I would disagree with
I'm
that.
still waiting
Lovecraft,
on Lovecraft.
I gotta watch it every week.
I watch it every week because it's there. But if I didn't have to, I would definitely wait and
Binge
binge
it.
it.
I'm waiting until it's all out.
Yeah, because I'm too behind, so I gotta watch these next 2. And speaking of things to get behind, Down in the Valley, when them girls get naked. Season finale of P-Valley came out. Ross hasn't watched it yet. I did. I will not spoil anything, but all I gotta say is chitty chitty bang bang. Goddamn girl, you did that thing. Woo! And for everybody out there, like I got my brothers, sisters hooked on it out there too. Like P-Valley, like I said, might be my favorite new series of the year. It's hard for me to think anything better because not a lot came out. Black as Fuck and Outer Banks, that definitely came out earlier this year. But of course, when we get towards the end of the year, we're gonna do our best of list.
Yes.
And P-Valley is definitely gonna be up in that thing. Oh, Stargirl definitely. I think it might go P-Valley, Stargirl, right, 1 and 2. Because my pops like Stargirl good. I wish Supergirl was like that. I like that. I don't want to talk about that shit. But yeah, word. And any video game news, Ross, you want to talk about before we get into this music shit?
Outside of the release of Marvel's Avengers, I really haven't been keeping up on my gaming news. I can say for anyone that does have Marvel Avengers and know that the all characters coming after the game release will all be free to play, or will be all included free with no payment behind the pack. The only difference is if y'all really like the character and want to get their challenge cards, it will cost y'all $10. Past that, no new news. They have a 3-year plan set up for the game.
5-year.
5-year plan set up for the game.
Oh, they about to fucking, what is that shit? Xenoverse 2 this shit?
Bruh, I just realized Xenoverse 2 is on its 6-year anniversary.
Exactly,
And the week before just dropped an update.
And the thing too, since Marvel finally owns the rights to Fantastic Four and X-Men, they could slowly add new story content to eventually building up to Avengers versus X-Men in the game,
Sir.
which a lot of people have already been like, yo, that shit's gonna happen. I'm like,
I mean, the pure fact that...
can, but just because you have both don't mean we gotta get it. There's other stories to tell. We don't need that, because if you ain't gonna do it right with the Phoenix Force and all that shit, don't give me just some random ass Avengers versus X-Men in an Avengers game. Give me my motherfucking X-Men in their own goddamn game. Don't do that shit, especially if I can't play more than Wolverine or Beast as an X-Men in said game.
Not to derail you, but quick question: how would you feel if now that Marvel owns them, they did a a third installment of X-Men Legends with the graphics they have now?
If it's through Square Enix, yeah, I'm down for it.
Well, they should have, because technically that kind of was the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But yes, give us a third one, but make it like the first two X-Men Legends or the first Ultimate Alliance.
As long as the graphics are good and they keep the same.
I'm gonna be
kind of
honest,
gameplay.
and
Yeah, let's keep saying good. Gameplay is very crucial. Make it realistic. Give us this Avengers engine, but the way that plays more like a traditional, not side scroller, but if y'all gamers and you geeks, you can play the game, so I don't have to over explain it. But give us that literally that style of gameplay, graphics. Keep it in depth when we go to places and we do the little motherfucking quizzes and all the secret gadgets to find to build Iron Man's armor like in part 2. Give me Sunfire Age of Apocalypse costume. Give me all that shit.
Warpath.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all.
You say whore bath? You want a whore bath?
They kind of.
your bathtub, don't worry.
I'm gonna be honest. They kind of doing this Avengers outside of the quiz and shit.
Yeah.
And you get a scene where you have to build the suit because Iron Man ain't got a suit, so he has some. You going on making his home. You playing as him, and he gotta do the collection for his homemade built prototype suit.
I gotta find where Christmas they go to the workshop and
really,
think it.
It's not really more working. It's just more like, oh, I gotta go up these stairs to go grab my repulsor cannons.
Now I gotta go this way and get my art reactor.
Now I gotta go downstairs to go grab my boots.
Word.
Now I gotta go into my room and grab a bullshit ass pilot helmet because I ain't got a real helmet.
Word, that's what's up. Yeah, because I'm about to get this game soon, so I can't wait to play that. And speaking about boots, this young man has pulled himself up from his bootstraps from the mean streets of Detroit to drop his 4th or 5th studio album. He has a lot of albums underneath his belt. That's none other than the D's own Big Sean, and his new album came out during the week. I listened to it. It's chill. It's cool. It might not be my personal fave Big Sean album, but he is rapping, and he definitely goes off on a couple of tracks too. Like his, I want to call it the Detroit freestyle, when he has basically every rapper in Detroit on there, like T Grizzly. I didn't know fucking what's her name? Not Matt Thee Stallion, but Cash Doll. I know she from Detroit. She's on it. Royce the 5'9's on it. M's on it, and a slew of other rappers, and it's just going like real cypher style, and I fucks with that. And speaking of music, you already know what it is. YWDCA 9 is out, motherfuckers. I fucked around and put up the link to 8 because I didn't realize, like, oh shit, all these songs came out in September because it was the last week of August and they're floating in September. But the new playlist is up on Spotify, of course, always where you find this linked up on some social media site. We have a link for that shit as well below the description. Bryson Tiller got a new track called Inhale. It's cool.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, like I would agree with like joining them on the Joe Budden podcast. Like, yo, if you gonna wait all this time to give us something, you should have came with that Johnny Storm heat. But you know, it was still like it's still warm. Like I still like it.
He might be bubbling it up for us.
Hell yeah! Then SZA and Ty Dolla $ign dropped a new single, "Hit Different." That's definitely on the playlist. So of course, guys, once you go and listen to the podcast, go over and check out the playlist and the multitude of playlists that we have acquired since the year have started and since we've been doing this. You definitely will find something on each one that you will really like, and hopefully you pass on that knowledge of music to somebody else so they can enjoy the same shit we enjoy that you enjoy. And yeah, so with that being said, now it's time for us to geek out. So yo, we geeking out.
We geeks.
And guess what we about to geek out about? One of our favorite TV series of all time. It was created by Rob Thomas in 2007. And it's about a very snarky, young blonde, fucking detective, private eye, fucking photographer, fucking master of disguise. None other than Neptune's own Veronica Mars, baby. And that role was made famous by Kristen Bell. That would put her on the map before you or your kids knew her as Anna from Frozen, or even before she did the voiceover on, what was that shit? Gossip Girl, before she was Eleanor on The Good Place. She was in this place, and that place was UPN. Yes, before it merged with the WB and became the CW, she debuted on one of the quote-unquote...
it was the last time that she was one of the old shows that transferred into it, because it was her, that, Roswell, and... Was OTH? Yeah, OTH.
OTH was already on WB.
Yeah,
I'm just saying those were the ones that transferred into becoming CW, because those were the three ones that started off the music by era.
Well,
and that's how CW
Roswell,
started that.
I think Roswell was the first.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying those were the threes that always had the hard hitting and always told us, check, if you like this song, here's the link to go check it out and listen to all. Here's our Spotify. Well, not
Spotify
but
wasn't around back
here's our
then.
playlist of all the songs that we had this week on the show.
So for all those out there that are not familiar with this tale of Veronica, she's basically a high school student that works with her father in his PI firm. And yeah, she solves mysteries. Like the main story is like her best friend died and she was trying to figure out who murdered Lily Kane. And that was a whole mystery that took the whole nation in this world by storm, because in this part of Neptune, California, there live some of the wealthiest people in America in this neighborhood in California, the city. And what's funny about that, you have the 09ers, which are the wealthy kids, like the 1%ers kids, like your tech geniuses, things like that, your Elon Musk, your Bill Gates, your movie stars, your Tom Cruises. Like if their kids went to school, that was going to Neptune High. But at the same time, you have the kids from the opposite side of the tracks, which were the PCHers, with the name of like the bike game and shit like that was running around causing like mayhem and mischief. And one of the leaders of the bike game eventually became a cat by the name of Weevil, was also a Hispanic character in the show. Him and Veronica weren't the bestest friends, but they had a mutual respect for each other. And plus, Veronica knew a very secret relationship he was having with her best friend, which was none other than Lily Kane. And the thing too was, it was like at Romeo and Juliet. He was from the wrong side of the track. She was the daughter of one of the richest people in the country, and also she had a whole ass boyfriend at the same time. But guess what? They like to dibble and dabble.
But also too, Kels, just to add a little facts. Not only the only reason why she's helping her dad on the PI case for Lily Kane is because her dad was the sheriff of the community. Everybody trusted him, but when it came to the murder of Lily Kane, he suspected that her dad had some reason or cause to his death, and they found out it was somebody else, that person went to jail, and it hit the dad so much that he lost his job. Veronica's mom left him, and they got divorced and just dipped out.
Yeah, ever since that
Veronica and them stopped. Like, they were privileged to live in the 09ers community because of his status as sheriff. He then lost that status. They moved to the PCH side. She lost her status of an 09er, all because of her dad's belief. And she's loyal to the family, so once her friends let go of her, she stuck to her dad and wants to prove that her dad was right and bring honor back to the Marsh's name.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's like all the backstory you get in the first episode. Veronica was one of the popular students. Her dad, quote unquote, by people would say, shit the bed. So now he's ostracized. So now she works helping her dad pay the bills by being a part of the business, and also that's how she makes her money too. And she does like the photography for things like that. She not necessarily breaks into places, but she finds clever ways to get into places that he might not be able to get to. They're very Batman and Robin-esque in a sense too, but at the same time, he doesn't feel that secure with Veronica putting herself in harm's way when she doesn't have to. So he always makes sure she has backup with her, and backup is actually the name of her big ass pit bull that she takes everywhere with her. And also Veronica has her utility bag, which includes her camera and her handy dandy taser, which she upgrades to a 9 in season 4 when she comes back to town after years. But Veronica Mars is like one of those shows that was slept on, and it has a very cult-like following because it was on air from 2007 to 2009. And then, between then, she got a movie and then a couple of books that told you about her life in between all that before the 4th season came out on Hulu. And just going back to her high school days, her best friend at the time after Lily's passing was a guy by the name of Wallace, and we was introduced to him in like the first episode as well. He came from out of town, Chicago, I believe. He was a hooper. And what happened to Wallace's first day at school was he got taped to the flagpole because he pissed off the wrong guy. Something very cliche in high school and like school type movies or TV series. Like, you mess with a bully, you get pants, you get milk thrown at you, you got to sit in like the bathroom like Katie did in Mean Girls. So it's like one of those things. And me being a young black dude moving into a town, not knowing about high school, it's like, yo, that's one of your fears. Like, now I don't know nobody, I don't want to piss off the wrong people. Oh, I actually did. Now I'm a laughingstock of school, and that made Wallace our already outcast. So now he teamed up with Veronica because he was like, yo, you an outcast too? I don't know anything about you, so I'm not going to treat you like everybody else is. And that was the beginning of their friendship.
And also, too, not only was her dad ostracized, she was, because that summer before going to school this year, she ended up having become known as a slut, only for us to come to find out later on she was raped, and there was a big old rumor about her having sex at the party because she went to a Niners party after her dad and then was being ostracized and got drugged while drinking.
Yeah, and the thing too also went into that reputation at that moment. She was dating Duncan. Duncan was Lily's sister, so Veronica's best friend had a brother which she dated, and then his best friend was Logan. Logan dated Lily, so it was a whole group of friends dating friends. And then you have other characters like Dick.
And not only was he so good, he was able to get a BS spinoff show that he created just for his character in the universe of Veronica Mars being his character because he was that much of a good dick.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually Casablanca. But yeah, and that's the thing too, like Ross said, it's funny because Dick was a fucking dick and he was perfect at it. He wasn't like the asshole-ish of assholes, but he was just that asshole enough character. Like, he wouldn't like say for example, like you fell off a bridge, he wouldn't not call it like the ambulance, but he'll laugh at you first type shit. Like, he'll definitely be around for the jokes and shit, but he had a heart in places too, especially when other things happened to him and his family in the show. And he also had a brother named Beaver.
Oh my gosh.
So you have the whole Dick and Beaver jokes right there. Cause name, yeah, it was a whole thing. And I won't get into too much because normally on this We Kicking Out, we do a lot of spoilers, but I will not spoil this show because I want everybody out there to watch it because it's all on Hulu right now, even the movie. So I try to keep some of the mysteries to myself, but definitely this is probably one of the best mystery shows out because each episode is a mystery of the week, but it still has the overall arcing mystery of who done it, who really killed Lily. Because like at different parts of the show, like this person did it. Then some other evidence come out like no, they didn't. Then this person did it, but like maybe they did, or maybe they didn't. Then out of nowhere, yo, it was him
and you
or
get the
her.
whole, when you get, it's so good because it's like, yes, there's gonna be some episodes where they're not gonna talk about the whole Lily situation. But what makes it so great is, to be truly honest, how Robert wrote the dialogue in the show. Most of it is inner dialogue from Veronica's mind. And it's not just her dialoguing about herself. It's more of her dialoguing about her observation of being in high school. Which, honest to God, may be the best perfect interpretation of high school lifestyle anywhere. I kind of wish that Veronica Mars was during my childhood and I watched this during my childhood because I would have took my lessons from this show compared to Saved by the Bell and just think that high school was like luster. No, there were some trials and tribulations, and having a show that basically while I was going through high school, they were going through the same shit, and they would have just watched it and be like, I could totally relate, even though I'm not in California, don't surf, none of this, none of that. It's just that there was issues where, yeah, they talked about sexuality, they talked about bullying, they talked about just insecurities, relationship, jealousy. Like literally, for one of my favorite moments is Veronica has to fight herself about being jealous that Wallace has a girlfriend So she's losing time with hanging out with Wallace. But like she acts like she doesn't want to be around Wallace all the time because she cares that much.
But the thing about that too is that's just how people are. Like in Veronica's case, that was like her only friend. So you're so used to having that one person always there for you no matter what. Then you slowly start having that being taken away, just like her abandonment issues with her mom, because her mom left. So now she's like, all right, this is another person I care about leaving me. I'm already on this island myself in this school. I have nobody, but then I found somebody since Lily that actually cares about me as a friend and doesn't treat me this way. Now he's being taken away from me. In a sense, it sounds juvenile, but we all been there in a sense. We all have somebody in our life that we care about that found somebody else, and kind of we lost that connection or that quality of time with that person. But it doesn't change anything. It's just one of the parts of growing up, and you got to realize just because you have a friend don't mean they can't have other friends or other people in the circle. Because she also got used to Wallace being a part of the basketball team, because then he became Mr. Popular while she was still like the weird Mars kid. And that's something else they grew with, and I think they wrote very organically. And also the cake for Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell did handle a lot of different issues on the Saturday morning teenage program. They really couldn't, and that's one thing they couldn't talk about, was sex and rape. And that's prominent in Veronica too, because that shit happens to women all the time. And that's a very sad to say, but a relatable topic for people out there. Women specifically, but also men go through that as well. But it's just like, yo, you have these secrets that you keep. You don't want to tell people because how you feel they're going to judge you. But if she would have spoken out, it could have changed things. It could not have changed things. But she didn't know what to do. And I just want to say, like, you go through some shit. Like, it's tough, whatever you go through, but just realize there are people out there that will talk to you. Like, there's people who are there for you, and that's one of the things too, like about this day and age that I really do love, is like there's so many outlets for your voice to be heard. And like Ross was saying, like it was dope that this show was coming out with us growing up too in high school. I wish it would have came out, like you said, a little earlier, because then we could have seen more of that. But it came out at a perfect time for us, I would say, because we was going through like those type of things too, not like the rape or anything like that, but finding yourself, being comfortable with yourself,
the insecurity,
dancing,
jealousy,
people dating, and even like back in high school, like that's why I relate to the show too, because I correlate a lot of things with TV series. I had a best friend at the time, Alicia, like she was a white girl, blonde and whatnot, like, and I would go to her house, kick it with her fam, eat with them all the time. So it was very Veronica and Wallace. So that what makes me connect more to the show, because I know how that feels to have one of your best friends be a female, and then you have to deal with that dynamic being the guy friend, and it's like, yo, no, that's the homegirl, this is them. Like, it was never weird. Like, no, we just had a mutual respect for us, and that shit was made so dope about Veronica and Wallace. Like, it was not weird, like, will they want to? Like, no, they was just straight up homies, and they had each other's back. But then they kind of get a little awkward when their parents, Veronica's dad and Wallace's mom, was kind of seeing each other, and guess who was on that shit? I just realized, motherfucking, yo, I saw a superhero last night. He was black.
Oh!
Guess what? Black Lightning was Wallace's dad for a fact.
I forgot that he was that for a moment.
And that's another thing about Veronica Mars. If you go back and watch that, you'll see so many cameos from so many stars. Like fucking Michael Cera was the campus tour guide for season 2, which I liked about it because he was the tour guide for season 2,
but the PA for season 3.
And yeah, exactly. So when she did graduate to college, we already knew something about the college. That's world building. So when they went, they were like, "Oh, that's the college they always talked about in the first 2 seasons." Michael Cera, all that shit.
Alongside of the fact that if you're a New Girl fan, mostly everybody is a good fan of good old Schmidt.
And Schmidt plays a character named Leo on the show that I forgot he was on the show until I watched the movie. I was like, oh shit, that's Schmidt. But then I was like, oh shit. Then when I rewatched it, because I rewatched it, because back when I first moved my apartment downtown, we didn't have Wi-Fi for the longest time. And so I already had the DVDs. Then the boy D-Tron came over like, yo, you ever seen Veronica Mars? I was like, no. I was like, well, you about to. and started rewatching that, I was like, oh shit, that was Leo. And Leo played a cop that was like liking Veronica. He was, yes, a couple years older than her. I think she was like 17. He was like maybe 19 going. Well, of course, he's 19 going on 20. He was like 19, almost 20, if not 20. She was 17.
Say he was 21.
That I don't know for sure, but he was definitely older than her enough for it to be like.
Older than enough for literally her dad to be like, I'm only letting it slide because Leo's a good dude and I know he ain't gonna do nothing wrong.
And also, Veronica was on the uptick of being 18 too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was just trying to get in her pants just to get in her pants. He knew how young she was. He was being cool about it.
Trying to get in
and he was respecting her, giving her space and all that shit too. And so went to see them reconnect in the movie was dope. And later in season 4, Veronica Mars see them to reconnect again was definitely dope too. Because that's who I really wanted Veronica to end up with. But without spoiler alerts about what happens throughout the series, her and Logan, the asshole of assholes in the series, that guy you just want to punch because he's a dick. He's schmarmy, he's rich, and he's entitled as shit. He's like Dick, but not as funny as Dick character was. And they were all amigos. But Logan showed his true gumption throughout and actually cared more about him as a character as I see him actually grow as a person and a man throughout the entirety of the season. But in the first season, I totally was against that whole relationship, point blank period.
What's so hilarious about it is they present Logan for you to hate him, you hate him, and then it's slowly, this person's realizing Logan's not that bad. This person realizing Logan's not that bad. Only for people to just be like, is he really a dick or is it for gumption?
Word. Because then when Veronica did go to college, she also, Wallace was there and also another friend they made in high school, a girl by the name of Mac. Mac was a computer genius. So, Veronica had the sleuthing in her. She could take the pictures. She could sneak into places. She, put a wig on. But when it comes to the keyboards and that computer and that hacking shit, that's where Mac came in and added a layer to that shit too. When you also had Wallace had the ability to get into the games, be around the cool kids. He had the popularity swag to look like he was where he needed to belong at. And also Wallace worked in the office as an office aide, so when Veronica needed access to school recorks or any type of classroom, he'll slide her the keys, shit like that. So she had her ears because she knew how to network and shit.
And the even more great thing, too, is Mac ended up not only being like her hacker, she ended up being her business partner by getting up a website to help traction because Veronica, whenever she was doing shit for people, they meet up in the girls' bathroom, male or female.
Oh, yeah, and then Veronica...
Second period.
Yeah, and Veronica also started dating this dude by the name of Paz, who was a radio DJ at the college. And I really like Paz because Paz reminded me a lot of myself in the sense like, yo, I'm in this weird lane. I'm kind of awkward, contrary to popular belief. But this cool chick, she into me. We're digging each other. And what's up? Like, I'm not the toughest guy, but at the same time, if I got a ride, I'm about to bite the fuck out somebody. And like, Piz wasn't the violent type, but he wasn't going to back down from a fight, especially when it came to Veronica.
And he was always...
Because he was a writer. Yeah, I think...
Too.
Because Wallace and him were roommates.
Yeah, they were roommates, so they were best friends. And
because that's how he met Veronica.
That's how he met Veronica and all that. And Veronica realized that she basically was the third amigo in a group of geeks.
Because when you're a geek, you gotta kill these women with charm. The geeky charm. Reference every shit you can until she hates that fact that she gets your references.
I always wanted her to be with Bobby Drake until
Bobby Drake.
Moment.
Yo, that boy Bobby was in and out. He was a scammer. He was a scammer and a toe jammer. Wherever that supposed to mean. He was a no. He was a scammer and a star jammer. Yeah, that's the X-Men overlap.
He's out there dirty slurping and big burping.
Okay.
He's out here hustling and bustling though.
Hell yeah. And guess what? This was a show about high school teens in California, and guess what? A lot of these teenagers died. If you want to see a busload of kids blow up, they got that. There's all types of crime, murders, mutilations,
Molly's being sold,
sex trafficking, kid being locked up in basements and
Gambling
secret rooms,
gambling on high school games,
herpes, head shavings, like you name it, it was on that show. You had the
roofing.
catfishing, of course.
Oh, they did have a catfish episode.
Had a catfish episode, yeah. Police brutality, racial profiling. One of the most fucked up moments too when the sheriff motherfucking arrested Weevil at graduation. All thing, first off, it was a feat of amazement that Weevil graduated.
Bruh.
That stunned everybody, point blank period.
The pure fact that, nope, I'm not even going to ruin that greatness of Weevil's storyline.
Because Weevil also, like, you know, he was in a gang, so his attendance wasn't great. He wasn't the smartest of guys, but he managed to get his shit together with the help of Veronica.
And always
he
was attending
graduating
school on time. For some odd reason, for being a gang member, he was
and
always
he
on class on
knew
time.
how much it would mean for him to graduate
For
to his
his
grandma, his abuela.
His abuela.
Because most people in his family don't graduate, don't do shit but turn into thugs and hoodlums. So he was trying to break that
wanted to
stereotype while still being that stereotype.
Break that stereotype while being that stereotype and being an inspiration to his little sister, too.
And as soon as he was about to get up and get that diploma, here come the sheriff. Like, nah, baby. And we were pleading with him, like, come on, man, don't do this. Not for my grandma. Like, come on, bro. You can wait. Let me get it in resume. You're like, nope. Get your brown ass in this car.
And everybody was pissed.
Hell yeah.
I ain't never seen a moment where everybody in the whole community was like, the boy graduated, let him walk and grab that diploma.
You shouldn't did the crime. Don't talk the talk if you can't walk the walk. But anyway, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Don't do the crime if you want to stand in graduation line.
Wait. If you want to graduate, then don't. No, that's not gonna work.
I think Daniel's graduation line. Don't do
wa-
the crime if you want to walk the graduation line works.
If you want to graduate, don't perpetrate.
I saw that, but it didn't look
work.
right. Yeah, I saw the
Oh my
letters.
God.
I'm like, it should work.
But yes, y'all. And also, just to give y'all the heads up, the way y'all should watch Veronica is season 1, 2, 3, then the movie, then season 4.
And if you have the time before the movie and for read the 2 books that were released as well, because that give you a definitive timeline, and especially as in a lot of elements that have to do with her mother, because that's a whole nother relationship too. Because you don't hear too many times about the mother actually leaving the family. Normally it's the dad, but then Veronica has that too in her. It's like, yo, dad stayed, you did. We could have went through this. And there's a whole lot of things too. And guess what? If y'all guys watch Shadowhunters, it's a little bit of, oh my God, I think my boyfriend might be my brother. Because what happens when you find out that your mom and your boyfriend's dad used to be lovers back in high school?
And been fucking on the low in the busted apartment motels on the block.
Yeah, some things they don't talk about, but they do though. What they really do in the shadows.
Yes.
Fuck.
But yeah, me and Kelsey could go along and talk about this show as much.
Exactly. There's a lot of
we get to
things.
spoiling it. Which
Well, I could talk about it without spoiling, but there's a lot of aspects and a lot of other like minor
moments.
sub characters
Yes.
in this series that also builds up upon the whole legacy of the show. Because we not even talking about like the the public defender dude.
Oh my gosh.
He was dope.
Greatest man.
Then
on
you
there.
have like
not only the public
old
defender,
girl.
the rival PI detective.
Oh yeah, yep, him too from Party Down.
We have
Even the principal, he popped up a lot.
the principal. The principal
Oh,
even
that fucking,
wanted Weasel to graduate.
What's that whole name from Sabrina Willow? Was that her name? One time in Bad Cap?
That's Buffy.
What'd I say?
Sabrina.
Yeah, you
She
said
both
Sabrina.
witches, nigga.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
both
witches.
Yeah, she was a witch.
Allison Hannigan.
Yes. One time at Band Camp.
Yeah, not Sabrina.
Yeah, but still though, Willow. But was it her name? Was that
Her
her?
name was Willow.
Yeah, Willow, the midget. That's what I'm talking about. Val Kilmer was the best goddamn Superman there was. But yes, like I said, we could go on and on and on, but we will not. So for all those out there that are Marshmallows, and Marshmallows is the fan name for Veronica Mars fans. If you watch the show as soon as it starts, you get it. Watch the movie.
It's
They
even more hilarious at
incorporated
the
in
fact
there.
that she even mentions the fan base calling Marshmallows as a run-on little joke inside the show. So
Yes, and this is going to be the last segment of the show. Yo, check it out.
Check
so
it
for
out.
all those that enjoy Veronica Mars as much as we did, we got a couple of suggestions for you. And with me, I would just suggest you guys check out a little superhero heroine Netflix series called Jessica Jones. She's also a wisecracking, snarky PI, but unlike Veronica Mars, she actually does have superpowers. And like I said earlier in these podcasts, I finally watched season 3 over this quarantine time when it first went down. And I definitely like season 3 more than 2, but overall, they could have went in different directions. But this is not a whole Jessica Jones breakdown. But if you want to see a female be strong, solve crimes, and whoop ass, hey, Jessica Jones is the one for you. And also, Kristen Renner, who also plays Jessica Jones, was also another recurring character on this TV series.
Oh my God, she was Logan's girlfriend.
Yeah, not Gina, but she also popped up in the Veronica Mars movie as well. So that's my recommendation.
Yes, and mine's, if you are a fan of Veronica Mars, like the inner dialogue and all that, few years later, Rob came back and did a show for CW called iZombie. Just picture if Veronica Mars got bit by a zombie and became half human, half zombie, and could eat brains and gain the personality of the person that brain she ate, and uses that powers to solve crimes with a black detective who knows her secret.
Word.
With an Indian dude who's trying to help find a cure for her zombieism. You got basically Veronica Mars, but as an adult in a zombie outbreak. And she's hiding it from other people because she only knows herself as the current only person that's a zombie.
Yep. So, all right, guys, that's going to bring this episode of Yo, Where the Captions at to an end. As always, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys tell everybody that you know to like on Facebook, Instagram, follow us on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to it right now. And we can't wait for you guys to listen to the next episode. As always, I'm yours truly, Kels for Show.
And I'm the one and only Roscoe Tinkoya.
Remember, guys, be one or be nothing.
Be kind, y'all.
We out.
Like.
Wear your mask, bitches.
Be safe in these streets.